I'd like to share with you a story that I heard from my Rosh Kollel when I was learning in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And he heard this from the son of the person the story happened with. So this is how close we are to this maaseh. The story goes as follows. During World War II, there were two young Jewish boys that were put by their parents, they were placed in an orphanage. This way they were protected. It was in a Jewish orphanage. They were protected, they were taken care of, and the parents said, we'll come back for you after the war. They put them there, a little bit of clothes, whatever they had, they gave them, and they left them. One day, they left from wherever the city was that they were in, and the whole orphanage moved to London. They were in London, and they receive they were told by whoever was in charge over there. They made an announcement one day in the dining room. Everybody, please, you should know that in 3 weeks from now, we're going to see the king. We're going to see the king of England. One of these two boys, this boy got so excited. Yes! We're going to see the king! He got excited. He was just thrilled to pieces. He jumped up. All the kids were looking at him like, what are you talking about? This kid was just thrilled to pieces. We're going to see the king. His friend looks at him. He's like, what's going on? He's like, we're going to see the king. He didn't want to tell anybody why, but he's just so excited. He's going to see the king. At that point, he had a nicer pair of clothes, and he hung it up, and he made sure that it was just going to look really good, and he hasn't worn it for the next 3 weeks. He made sure that he's going to have these set of clothes set aside for when he's going to go see the king. He's going to be able to have, by the audience with the king, he's going to be able to look the sharpest. And every day, he was just talking about it. Do you know we're going to see the king? We're going to see the king? We're going to see the king? Ah! And the kids were like, what are you talking about? We know we're going to see the king. He's like, yeah, but we're really going to see the king. It's amazing. And his friend, every day, he's like, what's going on? Tell me what's going on with this king. And he's like, it's enough. It's enough that we're going to see the king to be excited, isn't it? Every weekend, with the days goes by, the excitement goes on, and for the whole week before already, the kid can barely sleep. He's keep waking up. Is it time to go? Is it time to go? When are we going? And the night before, Bechlal, he got dressed already. He was standing ready by the door first. We're going to see the king. They go, everybody, the entire orphanage, everybody's is wondering what's going on. And his best friend who was placed there with him has no idea, no answers. Nobody knows why he's so excited about going to see the king. As they come, they go to see the king, they reach a big area, and they take a look around, and the whole city was there. The place was packed. So the boy asked, aren't we having a private audience with the king? So they told him, no, the king is just passing through here with a chariot, and you'll be able to see him and glance at him and take a look at the king. So he put his head down. But not for long. All of a sudden he jumped right back up. He's like, okay, who cares? We're still here. We're still going to see the king. And everybody was like, okay, first you were just down. Why was it such a big deal that you were down? Now you're back up again as if nothing happened. And he started making his way through the crowd, and he's running through the crowd. His friend was like, okay, I got to see what's going on over here. We kept on going, and he just ran away from his entire group and went all the way to the front of the line. And he makes it finally to the front of the line, and he's standing there. And he's just like, he's breathing heavy. He's just excited to see this king. His friend has no idea. His friend's more excited to see what's going to be with this kid than with the king already. Just what's going on with this boy. They go, and soon after, the chariot starts passing by. And as the king gets right in front of them, the boy breaks through the line and charges right at the thing and starts climbing, and he manages to touch a little bit of the chariot, and the guards take him and throw him back away. The king realized something was going on. There was a commotion. He asked, what's going on? They said, there's a kid trying to see you. So he said, okay, what does he have to say? It must be important. No, nobody else stop me. Me must be as important. Rabotai, the king asked him, son, what is it? What would you like? So he looks at him and he says to him, are you the king? He says, yes. Does that mean you can do anything? The king right away was thinking in his head, of course I can do anything. What am I going to tell the kid I can't do anything? What type of king am I? So he's like, yes, of course I can do anything. This child asked him, if you can do anything, I have parents in the war. They're somewhere stuck in Poland or Germany, wherever it may be. Can you bring them back to me? You're the king, you can do everything. Can you bring my parents back? Now, the king, after telling him, of course I can do anything, what do you think this king is going to say? And he said, sure, I'll bring them back. In his head he's thinking, how in the world am I going to bring them back? But I promised this child I have to bring them back. And that's the story. He brought his parents. 3 weeks later, his parents were in England. His friend who sent over the story afterwards said, fool, I missed an opportunity. My friend for 3 weeks realized that when I'm going to have an audience with the king, I'm going to be able to ask whatever I want. Rabotai, we're right now, during 2 days before, not even less than 24 hours from Yom Kippur. We have an audience with the king. We're having our din, it's going to be chatum. Chotmenu b'sefer chaim tovim. Chotvenu b'sefer tzadikim v'chasidim. Seal us in the book of tzadikim and chasidim with the righteous. Seal us in the book of life, of good life. We're right now at the last moments before Yom Kippur. How are we going to manage our time? How are we going to seize this moment that we're going to have an audience with the king? What are we going to do? Are we going to be like the child who missed the boat? Or are we going to seize it like this boy who brought his parents back from the war, from wherever they were over there, at the gates of death? What are we going to do? Let's understand, let's take a thought, think about this moment, do teshuvah, come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and not miss the boat, and not miss the train. And seize this moment correctly so that we should have a sweet, good, and successful new year in Torah, in mitzvot, in ma'asim tovim, and in gashmiut, and parnasah, and kalkala, and in all good things, and health, briut. This is the time. Right now. If not, if not now, then when? Shana Tova.